Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this presentation of the RLSA. I'm Ashatoon, joined alongside Carson for this Monday night Rocket League matchup between the Elite and the Landers. How are you doing this evening?
Doing mighty fine.
Glad to hear it, glad to hear it. So, we got a good match in store for us today. You want to run us through the rosters real quick before we get started?
Yeah, sure. Starting with Landers, we have Rookie. We have Rookie Digital, and then followed with Chorizo. And then following with Elite. Yeah, Elite. We have Malachite and Frozen Still, which is also his first rookie season.
Yep. And then they also have Flicks on the bench here today. He could start in a game. We'll see what happens. Depends on performance, I'd imagine. We're going to go ahead and get right into this matchup today. Nothing to delay us. I don't think so. Let's see here. And before we get started, predictions. Who do you have taking this match here today?
I'm most likely... Elite is a very, very strong team. It's honestly a 50-50 for me because Pulse Chorizo, very, very excellent player. As we know, Grand Champ. He knows the pitch very, very well. I'm predicting maybe Landers 3-2. I predict this is probably gonna be a very close game.
Yeah, I got the Landers in this one. I think they're gonna take it 3-1 here. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens. I think Elite are capable of taking this series, but it's gonna take quite a bit here. So we'll see what happens. Game 1 is underway here. Quick shot to start things off by Malachite. Good pressure here presented by Elite to start things off. Now Chorizo, maybe with a counterattack opportunity here. A little bit of some back and forth play so far to start Game 1. Frozen Steel now turns on that one. Gonna go ahead and take a shot off the target, right side. Now Malachite, he goes up top. Still some more back and forth, playing a little bit of some ping pong here. No real scoring chances we've seen thus far. Frozen Steel, he's looking to change that. Good challenge there by Chorizo. Throws that towards the net. Malachite late up to it, but he's able to make the save. Frozen Steel now, he's able to get to that as well. Pass over to Malachite. He gets up quick, but Chorizo beats him to it. Counterattack 2-on-1 opportunity now. Frozen Steel plays it nicely. Going for a flip reset. He's all out of boost, though. Digital with a nice touch towards the corner.
See a whole two-man commit, and this is a very, very tight situation for Chorizo and Digital. Colin. Malachite is up. Tries it, but is intercepted with Chase. Pressure is being applied with Chorizo. A great bump from Digital.
Nice play.
Frozen gets the clear. Chorizo puts one on net.
Beautiful
Unfortunately,
shot.
Malachite cannot get the ball.
That's a really good shot there from Chorizo. I think he realizes they're both in an awkward spot. Frozen's in no man's land. Malachite, he's backwards. I think he is far post, but he's backwards. So that tight angle shot is going to find its way in. We have our first goal of the series.
And this is really where Chorizo, I think, is going to come on top, is with all these really tight angles that he's more experienced with. As if, for instance, Malachite and Frozen, who are both C2 and 2s, they really do not know and understand at nowhere near as much speed and pace. So I feel like Chorizo will take top on this.
Yeah, I think Chase is obviously Chorizo, the highest MMR player in this lobby here, but that's not to take away from the skill of this Elite team. I mean, they're coming off of a championship win. They're the defending Cup champions. So we're going to have to wait and see what kind of response they're going to make here in Game 1. And there it is! Clanger from Malachite. That's also good recognition. Chorizo, excuse me, kind of gets a little bit ahead of himself there. Finds the ball out of his reach, and Malachite, he'll take the free shot. 1-1 here, right as we near halftime.
Frozen immediately saw that fake and decided to stop immediately and pick up the ball where it was left off from the beginning.
Yeah, that's the sign of an experienced Rocket League player. If you're able to pick up on those fake kickoffs, a lot of players, they'll just slam it without even paying attention. And that's really good recognition there by Frozen Steel. Oh no, double commit. Open net now. That just finds its way in, I guess.
Yeah, unfortunately, they both saw it coming, and Chorizo just threaded the needle perfectly. Digital really wanted that goal.
I really thought Digital was going to get away with that goal steal there, if I'm going to be completely honest. And now, Elite, after scoring that equalizer at about halftime, find themselves down again. Frozen Steel trying to get something working here, and he leaves his teammate in a bad spot. Let's see what he does. Gets absolutely beaten, and Chorizo's going to score on the breakaway. 3-1, Landers lead here in Game 1.
Yes, we saw that Frozen Steel really left his teammate Malachite there. Unfortunately, Malachite could not read Chorizo perfectly and suffered the cut from Chorizo. Suffered the consequences with the goal.
Now he's looking to run up the score here. Great shot! He takes the dribble into an air dribble, still has his flip, and just slams it in there. Top shelf. Elite looked like they have never played this game before.
Chorizo really coming out really strong. I want to see how he's going to perform later on in the series, knowing that he has a better confidence or is getting tired down.
Yeah, well, that shot goes barely off the crossbar. We're almost at a 5-1 game here. Now, that's one thing I mentioned. I was talking to a couple folks about it before the season started. Elite, they have that goal-scoring ability. It's just going to be, is their defense going to be able to match up with other offensive teams? As Malachite, he's going to put one in, and now, with a minute 30 left, they're only down 2 here.
Yes. They are very an offensive team, and Frozen, to be credited, is a freestyler and knows how to ceiling shuffle and double flip resets and all these insanely incapable mechanics. But in twos, you really do not want to freestyle. Rather, you want to have mechanics. So this is going to be a hard defensive plays around against both teams.
Yeah, and another important thing is discipline when it comes to rotation and positioning. You can't catch yourself out of position. You can't double commit. And there's a shot by Frozen Steel here. I like this pressure that we're seeing from Elite. And the one thing that's plagued them the most so far this match is allowing the Landers free shots on net on the counterattacks. If they can neutralize those opportunities, we could be seeing a lot more of a lower score game in Game 2.
Colin goes up for a redirect, but instead Chorizo takes it and puts it bottom left.
Yeah, that's going to be just about the game here as the Landers take a 3-goal lead under a minute. Miss there from Frozen Steel. Chorizo was going in for a little bit of a light shot, a read, hoping that he would miss. He did miss, and that's going to just about seal it here for Game 1. And now, that's a good shot by Malachite. Yeah, and right, every time we think that Elite are out of it, they go and show us that they're still right here. Of course, it's going to be a little rough getting 2 goals in 44 seconds, but really what you got to do, make a play off of this kickoff, get some pressure. If they can score within 10 to 20 seconds, they're not out of the question here. Frozen Steel, he's going to go up for that, take the shot. Chorizo with a booming clear. One more clear like that, and it is going to seal the deal officially. Digital with a nice follow-up here. And now, both Elite players, like we mentioned before, awkward, and that is going to officially be the dagger.
See, Chorizo really knows how to nail a coffin in. The nail in the coffin was just decimating, and Malachite was backwards yet again in that same angle and positioning. He's failing in that area, and unfortunately, Chorizo will take it.
Yeah, in the business, we say we take those. And Elite, I mean, like we said, they're scoring goals here. They've got 3 goals on the board, and in a lot of games, 3 goals are going to get you the victory in a lot of cases. Somehow that does not find the back of the net there. But like I was saying, 3 goals can find you a victory a lot of the time, but you're going to have to play defense alongside of that. When you give up 6 goals, you know there's something fundamentally wrong with that team, or with your game plan at least. So they've got to regroup, come back in Game 2. The series is just beginning, so we'll have to see what happens. Yeah, Elite, they put up 2 saves the whole game, And, I mean, 2 saves is also what the Landers put up, but if you look up at the shots total, the Landers put 10 shots on net, while the Elite only put up 6 shots on net. So the best they could have even potentially done if they had 100% shooting accuracy was tie the game here. So they've got to play better at the midfield. I think they need to control the game a little bit more, and they're definitely not out of it. But the Landers, they are looking very strong to start off the series and the season.
And even with the points, we can see Chorizo dominating with almost 1,200 points. This is really a show that he knows what to do properly with the ball and knows how to take it into his initiative and score. We see that he has over 80% of those shots. He has 8 shots. And with those shots, he put 6 in. So he has a very, very high goal to shot ratio.
Yeah, and if the poor play continues, we could see a roster swap from Elite. You know, I feel like they played okay last game. I wouldn't, you know, just like absolutely give up on it, but a roster change has to be in the back of the minds of both of them. And the question is, who would they take out? Now, here we are, Game 2, Frozen Steel, shut down there by Chorizo. He was looking for an early double tap. And now here we are. Let's see how Malachite handles this. He's going to take it to a dribble. Very smart play. He sees his teammate on the other side. Nearly sneaks it in. Both Landers players able to make the stop here. Frozen Steel now bringing that up the left wall. Air dribbling. Flip reset towards the net. He misses it. Almost sneaking in. But Chorizo is there to make the stop. What a play. Oh, another amazing save by the Landers here. They're still on the ropes. They're not out of the woods just yet. Chorizo finally clears it away. And they can breathe for a second. Great pressure by Elite to start things off.
See, where he hit the flipper set, this really will show Frozen's really bright colors, knowing that he can, in the air, will be able to shoot some shots. Chorizo with the clanger of a banger. Air dribble.
Yeah, and I mean, here's the difference. The Elite are putting on similar shots to that. Frozen Steel was a couple inches away from putting on a nice flip reset shot. Both of these teams are capable of scoring goals, but the big difference, the Landers are making the stops. Chorizo now with a quick shot off the kickoff. That's going to hit the crossbar and go out wide. And Chorizo now, he's going to actually get that boost there. Team Elite don't have a lot of boosts to their name. Demo there. He's trying to pass to Digital, but he's not ready for it. Elite catch a bit of a break there. Trying to get a crazy angle here. Elite players trying to figure out how to play defense. Let's see here. Good clear there. Good shot towards the net. Malachite out of position. Frozen Steel nowhere to be found. The Elite need to go back to the drawing board here, as what they're doing is just not working. Chorizo just puts on an average shot towards the net, and both players not able to make a touch on it. And Malachite in no man's land, as we like to call it, and man, Frozen Steel rotating a little bit too slowly there.
Again, the lack of speed. Unfortunately, Chorizo knows that speed is key, and just many people cannot compare against it right now, and underestimating what he can do.
Yeah, Chorizo putting on another shot there. Turns into a goal. He's got a hat trick just a minute and 40 seconds into game 2 here. Now, the Elite, they are looking very shaky right now. And, of course, as a rookie, it's going to take some time for him to get acclimated. Obviously, Malachite's a new teammate. And, oh no! The wide open net does not go in for Elite. And now that's one you've got to score. If you're Malachite, or I'm not exactly sure he took that shot. Another shot hits the crossbar there. Frozen Steel now trying to beat Chorizo to it. Not going to happen. And so you can't say that the Elite haven't had opportunities to start this game. They had some good chances. Frozen Steel had that flip reset chance, and right there, 2 open nets that just find its way wide. The Elite, I mean, everything's looking like they have the formula to play this game well and, you know, win the game, but for some reason, it's just not coming together.
Now, this is also Digital's very first game, very first series.
Second series. They've already played.
Is this a second?
Yep, this is a second. The Landers are already 1-0, and there's a good shot by Frozen Steel, and they are right back in it. That is a shot and a goal they needed. Good shot there by Frozen Steel. Chorizo just a little bit out of position. Digital, he's nowhere around that. And now, Elite finally cash in, and if they can create a few more opportunities, tighten up on defense and at the midfield. Here's a great chance, wide open net. They put it in, and now just like that, in a matter of seconds, the Elite are just 1 goal down.
I'm looking at one's focus right now. Frozen is taking a lot of initiative right now and putting up speed against Chorizo and matching him 1-to-1.
Yeah, it's not easy to do. He's a veteran player. Frozen Steel, the rookie coming in. We can't doubt his ability. You know, he was drafted 1st overall for a reason, but so far, he's drafted 2nd overall. That's my mistake. And, I mean, you don't get drafted 2nd overall if you don't have anything to show for it. So, hopefully things can turn around here as he's nearing a hat trick. 2-on-1 now. Digital is the only one in net. Malachite decides to turn around, not take the shot. May have been the better option there. Malachite, gets pressured into a bad touch, but they're able to recover. Malachite, oh no.
Chorizo with the unfortunate touch by Malachite assisted.
Yeah, that's just, Malachite doesn't need to go up the wall there. He could have just stayed on the ground, carried it out of harm's way, but he makes things a little bit harder, doesn't get the touch he wanted, and Chorizo sneaks the ball on the left side of the net, and now all of Elite's hard work is just gone.
Yes, we've seen an unfortunate lackluster of Malachite's defense. And we need to see if they want to pull the series together, they need to get this defense in arm's grip. And in order to do that, they need to be a little bit more passive and no much offensive.
Yeah, last game, I didn't really like how either of these guys played, but Frozen Steel is playing a much better game here in Game 2. He's put on 8 shots on net, and he's got 2 goals to show for it. Malachite, again, finding himself out of position, not able to make the play, and now they are down 3 goals. Yet again, another dominating game here from the Landers, and they are going to be on series point if they can hold this lead for the next 55 seconds. It's disappointing, you know. We know Malachite's potential. He played extremely well in the finals last season with Noka.
He was even crowned MVP.
Yeah. He played really well, and now he's just giving up easy goals here, some early week 1 jitters. He does not look prepared at all. Yeah, that goal should not find its way in the back of the net. Malachite just in an awkward spot again. And there it is. Down 4 goals. You hate to see it. You know this team's capable of doing things. Frozen Steel, I believe, is playing fairly well. We need to see a little bit more from Malachite here in Game 3 if this doesn't want to be a clean sweep. Oh, I can't talk.
Great read from Chorizo, knowing that Frozen's coming in for a demo, but he still reads Malachite's flick and somehow gets the save. And then immediately turns it onto the offensive with Diadi's touch.
Yeah, I like how Digital's been playing. You know, obviously he plays that support role with the high-scoring, you know, aggressive power that is Chorizo, but he's been playing very well. We're gonna act like we never saw that from Chorizo. Definitely a pass there. But here we are. Elite find themselves down 2-0 here in this Week 2 matchup here. And now this is, of course, you know, this isn't the start to a season you want after a cup win, obviously.
No, it is not. Quite unfortunate what we're seeing right now. We definitely seen from last game. No problem. We definitely seen from last game to this game point system. Malachite was 200 points above, and now Frozen capitalized with those 2 goals very, very well. Unfortunately, I think Malachite got a little too intensive and maybe overcommitted just a tad bit. But those overcommits are crucial, and it's quite sad what happened.
I think server went down, so we're gonna have to remake it really quickly here. But yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying. Malachite, I don't think Malachite outplayed Frozen Steel in Game 1. I thought both of them played pretty poorly in the first game. Game 2, I think Frozen Steel, he stepped up, he made the plays he needed to make, and now I mean, now it's time for Malachi to step up. This is a critical moment in this series. So, if he can step up, make some saves, make some goals, right his wrongs, I feel like this series can turn around. And right before we even know it, they could be right back in it. You just got to take it one game at a time from this point. You can't think about having to win 3 straight.
Yes, and we've seen Chorizo relentlessly being a key player as a striker in this series, and he will not he's not holding back anything. No mercy, nothing.
Yeah, he right now is playing so well to the point where if you make any mistake, you can almost, confirm that it is going to be a goal. Chorizo's kind of playing out of his mind right now. So, I mean, the elite players, to match that, it's going to be difficult, but they're going to have to find a way.
It's hard to spectate Chorizo's perspective because of his camera settings, but due to what he's doing, it's just so hard to get off of his view, knowing that he will score no matter what.
Yeah, and there it is again. Malachite has all the time in the world to make a play here. All he's got to do is wait for that to bounce. He doesn't have to be on the wall there. He could be in the net. He's putting himself in an awkward spot here. And Elite, they decide to stick with this roster into Game 3, and we'll see if they regret it, as the Landers, not even 15 seconds in, are up a goal.
Frantic Malachite going for a shot, but unfortunately he's getting turned on Digital. Frozen goes for a counter, tries to rebuttal what they tried to make an offensive push on. Malachite takes possession, going for a flick on Chorizo. Backfoot flick.
Oh, and that's the play. That's the play Elite needed. Malachite able to put it through.
Malachite puts it on net.
That's what we're talking about here. Maybe that one should have gone in, but it doesn't matter. They scored nonetheless. Great read from Malachite, and he's finally stepped up, scoring a huge goal here in Game 3. It's exactly what they needed. Now they can't let that be the end of it. They've got to keep it up. They have to keep playing good offense, good defense, and they can find their way back into this series.
Great 50 from Malachite, knowing that Digital is going to go top. Frozen gets a counter read off the backboard. Chase immediately follows with a read from the ceiling. Chorizo goes in for a demo, but does not hit the demo on target.
Oh man, Malachite waited a little too long there. They had a great 2-on-0, wait, I think it was just 2-on-2, never mind. But they had a good chance. Both Landers players were turned around and waited a little bit too long. Digital, he went in, he made the play.
A double commit with Elite right now. Very unfortunate what just happened. A very close opportunity Chorizo had to score, but instead took it up wall to try to pass to Digital.
Yeah, there's another smart play by Frozen Steel there. He didn't panic. He took his time. He went off the wall, caught it, and made a play with it. So that's what if you can start seeing that from Malachite, more consistency, that's definitely going to go a long way for this team.
Yes, it most indeed will. Great pinch with Digital and Chorizo. Very, very clutch up clear, as if they were both in very awkward spots.
Yeah, and this Landers chemistry is just working out for them. Digital seems to, for the most part, always be in the right spot. You don't see them double commit a little too much. And I think Digital recognizes that Chorizo is the main goal scorer on this team, and he's allowing him that space. And, I mean, if that's what's going to work for your team, let it.
Yes, we see a very awkward spot for Frantic Malachite, knowing that he has only 16 boosts and waiting for Frozen to respawn, but he held it off enough so Frozen can get in and help him support.
Yeah, Chorizo's diving at a lot of balls, so if you can end up getting 1 or 2 of them past him, creating an opportunity there. Bad miss from Malachite as his struggles continue this series. If you can get a few past him and get Digital in a 1-on-1 or a potential 2-on-1, you could be looking at some really nice scoring opportunities.
Yes, I was thinking the exact same as you were saying. If they get past Chorizo, their likelihoods of scoring against Digital is so much higher than getting past Digital and not Chorizo instead.
Yeah, if you can get past him, he's really been a rock for this team so far this season. Great shot by Digital. Better save, though, from Frozen Steel. And now here, the Elite, they've got all the space in the world they want to make a play. Let's see what they do. Somehow that's a demo. Malachite, he'll come up and take possession here. Trying to get a shot off, but Chorizo spawns on the correct side. Interesting decision there when you have all that space, all that boost to work with. We're going to call that a pass back to Frozen Steel. That's going to be on target. Good save by Chorizo there.
Again, it's hesitation. Unfortunately, Malachite has hesitated so much that Chorizo could have respawned, and Digital immediately
No
took
boost,
ball
yeah.
and just went with it.
Yeah, once again, he finds himself in an awkward spot. 0 boost as he's moving up here. Diving at a ball he probably shouldn't have. Both elite players diving instead of maybe going for a shadow play or waiting back. As you can see, Malachite had dove, Frozen Steel had dove, and if you don't give your teammate time to get back, that's going to be it.
Yes, and unfortunate rotations. Their recovery has to be a little bit faster than Chorizo's play itself, because they were double committing on so much, and Chorizo is finding capitalizations constantly for it.
Oh no!
This ball will go off from kickoff. Very unfortunate what we just saw from Chorizo right here.
Digital, not the greatest kickoff. Chorizo finds himself in an awkward spot. Definitely a savable ball here, but of course he probably was not expecting that. The elite have to take that goal, and they've got to score the next one here because it's going to be do or die for them coming up.
And yet again, 2-2 game point for Landers. They need to clutch this up to make a sweep.
Oh!
Frozen with a
Frozen!
beautiful redirect from the wall.
What a play. Malachite, he bangs that off the backboard. Frozen beats Chorizo to the ball, and now Elite lead here in Game 3. They've just got to hold on and force Game 4.
If they can do this, they can tighten grip and find more reason to find flaws in Chorizo and Digital's gameplay.
Yeah, I'm getting flashbacks to last week's game. Landers versus Riot. They had a chance last week.
Unfortunate.
And just like the Riot matchup, the Landers find a way to tie it up. And now the Elite, they need to score again. They just can't. They're not helping themselves out on the defensive side of the ball. They are letting every single decent shot go in. If you want to win games, you got to step up, make saves, score goals. That's not what's happening right now for the Elite. At least not both of them. Oh no! Frozen Steel clutches up! Malachite has an open net to shoot at. Oh no, he whiffs! And Malachite probably wishes he could have that back.
He wished he could reverse time by at least a couple seconds just so he can game back and get a powerful touch on the ball.
Oh my. Any touch on the ball towards the net. And then his teammate at least has a chance to put something on target. But with that, if the ball hits, we have overtime here in Game 3.
Now, mind you, this is match point.
Yeah, if the Landers score, this series is over. But if the Elite score, it's extended once again. Digital, he's got a free shot. Frozen beats him to it now. Chorizo, good shot. Malachite is there for the touch to clear to the side. Digital now, he's going to play that up towards the center of the field. Chorizo puts on a good shot. Malachite does come up with a big save there.
Malachite stepping up with the saves. As we see,
Yeah.
his defense has been a lackluster this series so far. A crucial save because that was on target and going quite fast.
Let's see if he can make another one here. If he can't get to this in time, Chorizo rushes it a little bit. Frozen Steel is able to beat Digital. The Landers are playing a little bit aggressive right now. Let's see if Frozen Steel can capitalize. Weak shot towards the net. Chorizo has no problem handling that. Counterattack here. Malachite can't find himself in no man's land this time. Digital with a perfect chance. He puts that a little bit wide. And now Elite, they have a chance to move on and get a counterattack. Team bump on accident there. Frozen Steel puts it towards the net. Chorizo with a great save. Malachite has an open net to shoot at. Can he get the double tap? No, it's just high. Frozen Steel goes up for it, but that's off the corner. And now
Elite is deep into their territory, knowing that it was almost a double commit. They just challenged a little bit harder. It could have been a double commit and suffer the consequences.
And now Chorizo, you got to get somebody up to that ball there. Now Malachite here. Their Elite are going to reload and maybe try to get something working towards the net. Is that on target? Potentially could be. Malachite comes up with another big save there. He's now starved. He's got to get a touch on that ball. That's good. Both Landers players leave. Digital turns around. Maybe too late. That ball is just slightly off target here. Malachite now with a shot towards net. Saved. Frozen Steel with another chance. Digital going high, misses the ball. Frozen Steel shot is off target. Malachi needs to get back now.
Malachi did grab that 100 though. We'll see what happens.
Oh no!
He faked it! And it's game 3 and Landos have taken the series with a sweep.
Chorizo leaves the ball. He was nowhere near it. And Malachi just walks past the ball, and that is the series. Game 3 overtime. What an unbelievable series. Way to take it. Elite, they played strong towards the end there. With that overtime winner, that's going to seal it.
They most indeed did.
Man, you've got to feel for Elite. They made plays, and I mean, they were up a goal with not very much time left on the clock here. They give up not one of the greatest goals. They play some great defense in overtime. But when it comes down to it, Chorizo, maybe a fake, maybe a little bit of a miss that worked out for him. Either way, they'll take that to the bank.
They most indeed will.
The Landers are now 2-0 to start off the season here. And, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better start from this team.
Yes.
So
and yet again, Chorizo making all the goals and scores, and knowing that Digital knows that he can, if he leaves Chorizo and lets him do his magic, they most indeed will succeed.
Yeah, that series was really Elite. They didn't find their game, in my opinion. I don't think they were playing to their full potential until Game 3 overtime, and by then, it was too late. And obviously, they had a couple of decent chances in overtime, but it really, when it comes down to it, Chorizo, he made that play when he needed to, and Elite, they fought hard, but at the end of the day, it's going to come out as a 3-0 sweep. So you definitely hope to expect a little bit more from the reigning champions, but we'll see what happens.
Yes, we have Pulse Chorizo in here too. So it's up to you. Do you want to interview or not?
Nah, no, I'm just kidding. All right, let's ask him a few questions. Chorizo, how are you doing, man?
Great. Happy with that win.
I can imagine. That was a pretty interesting overtime. I feel like Elite finally started playing to their potential in that overtime. You had to put on a lot of shots. You had to make a couple of big saves. Walk me through when you went down. I think it was you went down a goal pretty late into Game 3 before the overtime. What were you guys talking about?
We just said, we fix our mistakes and we just carry on. And 47 seconds is obviously doable. It's been done before many times. And I guess we clutched up and we came back in about 11 seconds, I believe.
Yeah, that was a pretty big goal you guys scored there. And then in overtime, obviously, it kind of looked for a second like Elite were sure to score at some point, but you guys came through. And I have to ask you, that play at the end there, was that a fake or was that an accident?
I was very low on boost and I just saw the opportunity. I did not intend to fake. I was just trying to read him and go for boost, but I guess, we'll take it. Take a goal.
Man, he's gotta be feeling that one there, missing that one.
I was where me and Digital were like screaming at each other like how that went in.
Yeah. And it's just like we say in the biz, we take those, all right? So congratulations on that win. I think you guys both played really, really well. So, I mean, 2-0 start. Couldn't ask for a better start. So, congratulations, and good luck to you and the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
All right, so that's going to just about do it here for this Elite Atlanders Week 2 matchup here. Don't worry, though. In just a few minutes, we have a Week 1 overfill match between the Bobcats and the Eradicators. Carson's going to be joining you for that one, as well as Noka, or he used to be called Noka the Godo Fair. Not sure what he's called now. But we're going to get you to that match very shortly here. So if you're watching right now, it's going to go offline for a little bit. But when we come back, we'll have another great match ready for you. And Carson, you have any words to say after your first match streamed?
No, but thank you for watching if you did. And signing off from now. In a couple minutes, we'll be joining you back and talk to you then.
All right.